What's up, nerds and nerdettes, and we little nerdlings all? Too Many Big John and G, as you know from Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming. So what's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? How is July? How's July been treating you? Been a hot one here in New York City and the East Coast in general. I've been cooking. Woo, the wife's been cooking. The 20-sided mutts have been cooking. Right, Mojo? Mojo's right down there, you see? Right down there. Mojo, where are you? Where'd he go? Oh, there. And Moxie. We got both of them down there. Hey, guys. Woohoo. Just had them outside and fed them. Now they're just chilling. All right. Yeah, this has been a hot one. So before I get into the questions, comments, AMA kind of stuff, if anyone else pops on, just wanted to say that I'm going to be finishing things up in the next couple of days. Yeah, by the next couple of days, literally, by the end of this month, I'm going to have all of December and everything leading up to December on the normal schedule finished. What do I mean by the normal schedule? There is going to be, like there has been for the last 4 or 5 years in a row now, December is going to be a double drop month because every single day I'm going to have a gaming radar up for a new different game each day. So that's going to be a double drop day. I'm pretty excited about that. I got to do those, but I can get those done in a week. 10 days at most with disruptions. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because a couple of months ago, in response to a viewer who loved my 4 Against Darkness miniature movie piece that I made a few years back, was asking, why isn't there more? This is amazing, Big John. Please give us more. Well, I'm just paraphrasing, but basically you get the idea. And I did make a promise because I said at the time that I had been wanting to do this. I've been planning on doing this. I just needed to get ahead of schedule. So within the next 7 to 10 days, I'm going to have December wrapped up like a holiday gift, like a Christmas gift. Yeah. So that means I'm going to have time to finally do another miniature movie. Not just do another miniature movie, but get it and keep it on the schedule. At least on a monthly schedule for right now, because they are time consuming to make. I love the hell out of them, but they do take up a little bit of time. So that's what's going on right now. In fact, there will be one video not finished in the next 10 days. And that's because, I know I'm getting ahead of myself here, but December, the first Thursday in December is when I'm going to debut what I'm calling Pixie Playhouse. And that's going to be a 4 Against Darkness episode broken down into maybe 4 parts. And that's when it's going to start airing. So I'm very happy. We are there. We are literally just days away from finishing out, getting ahead of schedule, except for the lives, right? Obviously. Getting ahead of schedule to the point where we're closing out the year. If the mothership comes and picks me up and I disappear in the next 10 days, you'll still have a rest of the year full of me. Funny, amazing. All right. So there was... okay. For Tabletop Takeout, Conan the Cimmerian, Tower of the Elephant by Perilous Worlds. This I aired this a couple of years ago, but about 6 days ago I got a comment on it from Kevin Fitzgerald 9319. Kevin, thank you for watching the video, checking it out, and enjoying it enough to make a curious comment. You said about me. You said this was one of the 2 Conan games that really worked for you. What were the others? So Age of Conan, the strategy board game. You can see it right up there, right above my thumb. And right there, Hyboria is the expansion for it. I don't like Risk. I've never been a big fan of the game of Risk, and that game is kind of a version of a Conan version of Risk, where the old Hyborian world is broken up to four quarters, basically, and each of them a faction of power with armies as well as with diplomats. And you go out and you try to make treaties to gain inroads, and you try to gain control militarily of territories to claim them as your own. I don't normally like that game, but those kind of games, I mean, but for Conan, man, it freaking works. My favorite part of this is nobody gets to play Conan. He's not a player character. You're one of the world rulers. And Conan is going on his adventures around the world on the board. He has his own deck, and he's doing his own shit. And if you run into him, it's usually bad news. Him and his mercenary band. But you can bribe him. There's a bidding option during the game where you get to bid for control over his actions, his movements. You can buy him off and his mercenaries, have them, waylay one of the other players. It's an amazingly interesting concept, and every single one of the Conan adventures that he's going on, that you're playing through on the side, are actual Robert E. Howard stories. It's fantastic. You're inadvertently playing through all of the great Conan tales while playing a game of Risk. And the other one isn't really a Conan game. It flies under the radar for a lot of individuals. I only got it because I found it on Amazon for like $7 or something. And that's Frazetta Dice and Card Game. So the artist Fran Frazetta, it's based on his artwork. A lot of the artwork comes from Conan. And the ones that doesn't, it's mostly fantasy. There's some sci-fi stuff in there. Some of the John Carter and Mars work that he's done over the years, but it's mostly Conan and fantasy trope. And it's a combat game with rolling dice and using one effect or another on a card that you have. And me and Ron have played it a bunch of times. We have to introduce it to the other 20-sided warriors. It's a really fun game, and it does capture on the side sort of a Conan feel because of the art, because he's in it. You can't legally they couldn't call him Conan, but it's the Conan painting that's been used for Conan that Frazetta did, which is called I think it's just simply called the Barbarian. So we know. All right. Take out. Let's see. Now, we got one just from the other night. So Friday night filler. The boys were busy, but me and Ron, with his brother Rich, sat down and played a game of A Drinking Quest 4 Journey into Drought. And this is that. It's a drinking game. Right, Mojo? He doesn't care. It is a drinking game. It's a light RPG fantasy concept, to give you an idea of a D&D feel, a D&D taste. All tongue-in-cheek, very fun, a witty game. It's witty. A lot of the things in it are just witty rip-offs of common fantasy known tropes, and they do a great job with it. And it's all based around drinking. A lot of the quests, a lot of the cards have to do with taverns, bars, ale, drinking, anything that has to do with steins, But if your character dies during a quest, then you chug your drink. In real life, whatever you're drinking, you chug it, and they come back to life. In a nutshell, that's it. There's a couple of other little tidbits on the drinking rules, but yeah, that's it. Really, that's it. So we sat down and we played it, and the creator of the game, Jason Anarchy, just 21 hours ago at this point, said, "Thanks for playing. Send us an email if you're looking for a review copy of a different Drinking Quest game." I had a lot of fun with it, and I immediately was like, "Yeah, let me do this." I said, "Well, let me check with Ron first, because more than anything else, he'll be the first one drafted into doing it." And last night, while we were playing Hero Quest, I asked him about it, and he's all for it. He's all for it. So later today, after I finish doing a bunch of things I got to get done off my plate, so to speak, including lunch, I'm gonna write Jason Anarchy games back, and I met him. I met him like whatever year that was that Drought came out, 2012 maybe 2011. I met him at New York City Comic Con, and gave him the Two Gun Pixie pitch, and he liked what he saw and heard, and gave us a copy of the game to review. So yeah, let's see what's new. Literally. Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you. Tabletop Takeout, Zaya, Legend of a Drift System. The Shogun Scene said that's a big game. Shogun Scene, our old buddy, he has been with us almost since day one, I swear. I also swear you're right, it is a big game. It's a fun game. It's an evolving game. What I mean by evolving is, the pieces are being revealed as you're going, and the tiles as you're going through space, the hexagon tiles, right? It is a great, fun, sandbox sci-fi game of exploration and trade, mercantile stuff, bounty hunting. It's got some good expansions out there that are definitely worth it. I haven't gotten one of the expansions yet. Man, maybe I gotta spend 2025 on the Zaya bandwagon a little bit and get some of those expansions. Yeah, great system. Valen D, how's it going, Valen? Love it when you're here in the comment section, my friend. Valen D says, not much on space games, but this one is awesome. Yeah. I know how you feel. I'm not much on war games, but there's a few war game titles that I really dig, and I'll never mind if somebody says, hey, John, let's get that off your shelf and put it on the table. If we have the right player count for it, like Escape from Colditz, I'm down. Man, yeah, let's do it. So I understand what you mean. You might not be too big on a lot of the sci-fi games. You see, I got a whole 5 dedicated shelf to sci-fi. I also got a hair right in front of my eye. It's annoying the hell out of me. That's good for camera. Tabletop Takeout. Oh, that was the Tower of Elephant. Kevin Fitzgerald, 9319. Again, thank you for watching the video and taking time to comment. How do you like my radio voice? Notice over the years I've gotten quite a radio voice here for Two Gun Pixie. Kind of a combination between radio voice and I grew up spending my summer vacations in the Jersey Shore and hearing all the carnival barkers. I think the two kind of combined into my Two Gun Pixie on-camera voice. I think sometimes the guys laugh behind my back when all of a sudden I break into it. Two Gun Review! Wow, this is a really old one. And I'm going to have to hop on and give this a text answer as well. I haven't done that yet. For Champions of Time by Go, Fight, Pow. I'd have to check. I haven't looked at this game in years. I mean, wow. If you didn't see any in the video, I doubt that particular box and edition had any in it. I'm not even sure if it's still here on the shelf. I'm not even sure what shelf it would be on. That was a wrestling game. I used to have Real Crime and stuff behind me over here, but I moved that, and I don't see it on the moved shelf. I don't 100% know. But like I said, if you didn't see any in the video, I mean, if there was, I would have put that in because of the difference. Like, look, here's some male, here's some female. So if you didn't see any of that video, that's kind of sus that maybe there's not. Wow, that was New Wave Knights. New Wave Knights. That's Knights with an N, not like Batman. So Gaming Radar for the game Earth. And very simply, the Shogun Scene says, I hear that this is a very good game. I mean, yeah, everything I said in that video, because gaming radars are previews of games that I hear about, I find interesting, so I look some stuff up. So I'm just basically giving you information on what reviewers of, previewers, I guess we should say, right, previewers, have had to say, and what I think about what they've said about it, or what I think about the pictures, what it means to me. That's how I do those previews. Because I don't have a big enough name to get preview copies. So I have to preview based on previews. I still have a lot of fun doing it. Yeah, everything. Everything was great. Everyone's going to be fawning over this game. maybe 2025 it'll move from the radar to my shelf. We'll see, Shogunstein. Who, hey buddy, you also had a comment on They Come Unseen. And you said it looks like Battleship on steroids. Yeah, it really kind of is. So it's kind of like, it's UN forces. This is during the 80s. It's UN forces against communist Russian forces. And the UN forces have the submarines, and the Russian communist forces are using topside ships to move things. And they shouldn't be moving, doing things against UN sanction and things like that. And so they're trying to detect and destroy the submarines, and the submarines are doing the same. They're trying to detect the topside ships, surf ships, right? And stop them. It is a really big epicer. There you go, there's a new word for you. Big new epicer version, yeah, of Battleship. I think it's a lot more strategic, a lot more. Am I the Asshole? Dungeons and Dragons edition. Wow, this is gonna be. I'm saving the Am I the Assholes for last. I'm saving that for last, right, Mojo? Right, Moxie? So let's move on for the moment. Another comment on Slideshow Gaming's They Come Unseen from Trey Techie. We see you around here from time to time. Thank you for coming back, Trey. Trey Techie says, one of those games that I've owned but never played and would like to. Yo, it's on your shelf for shame, bro. Bro. Hey, bro. Hey, hold my beer, bro. I got this. No, dude. Come on, man. Yeah, get one other buddy. You could do this 4-player. I don't think we've ever tried 3. I don't know if you can do 3 lopsided like that, but you could do 2 obviously, and you could do 4, 2 on each side. Get just one of your gaming buddies to try this out. This is, I'm telling you, like I just said in the other comment, this is 1,000 times more strategic than Battleship ever could be. Oh, come on, Trey Techie. And then tell us what you think. Then come back and tell us what you think, Trey. Tabletop Takeout, Star Wars The Outer Rim, our old buddy Star. I screwed that up. First time I screwed up your name, buddy. Starship Chiro Studios, as I mispronounce it every time, but that's my loving pronunciation of it, right? That's it. You wouldn't expect me to pronounce it any other way at this point. All right, so Starship Chiro 7097. Star Wars Outer Rim says, thank you for a great introduction to this game. I don't think that there are many Star Wars games set in the Outer Rim. Honestly, besides this and the expansion, specifically the Outer Rim, no. Not that I know of. There were some modules, I'm sure, between the several RPG versions that may have been set in or partially in the Outer Rim. But as far as a board game, a card game, dice game, something tabletop and analog, yeah, you got me, man. You got me by the short and curlies on that one. I don't think there is any other Outer Rim game. Great observation. That thought didn't even cross my mind. What's in the Pixies box? Hasbro, and this is our buddy Shogunstein again, says, looks good. You know, Shogunstein, I am so far ahead of schedule on my own videos. I don't even know which drop this was. Let me see if I can find out. Oh, yeah, we just did this last night, so to speak. Oh, and I got my hat on that video the wife hates. My bra hat. Oh, no, but so that was the unboxing for Hasbro Avalon Hill. It's probably what I really should call those unboxings, I guess, of the Monk for Hero Quest. That's what that was. Yeah, it does. It looks really good. He played really well last night. And if you're interested in seeing, last night, me and Ron sat down and we doubled up 2 heroes each. We had the app run us through a one-off quest for Heroes Quest because I'm done. I'm done with the 2 quests, the core quest and with Keller's Keep. So I'm getting ready to retire my current party temporarily and get a new party in. But yeah, I went last night just to be a one-off and try some new characters. And I loved the new characters that we tried. Ron was running the Adventurer and the Berserker from Jungles of Delthrak, and I had the Bard, primarily from the Kickstarter, or I know it's not Kickstarter, but whatever, the Mythic tier level, right? I got that, and I used the Monk. I really liked the Monk. The Bard was okay, but I really liked that Monk. Wow, very, very cool. So yeah, if you play Hero Quest, and I know I've heard some hate from some of the old timers about not liking how the new system is just becoming a ripoff of 3.5 5e D&D, and losing some of its Hero Quest-ness. And I get that, and to a small degree I agree. But man, those new characters played really well. And I don't want to say Hero Quest is stale. I mean, I've completed 2 quests. I'm finally looking forward to delving into Prophecy of Tel'Lor next with some new characters. I'm going to do one more one-shot before I jump into that. That's going to be an all-rogue party. I want to use the Dwarf, the Explorer, Can I say that more in New York? The Dwarf, the Explorer, the Elf Rogue, and the Orc Bard. You know, when I did an all-rogue party for the Dungeons & Dragons Cooperative Adventure System, I was surprised how well they kind of worked. I don't have as high hopes. No, I don't have as high hopes for Hero Quest, but I'm very interested in trying. So yeah, if you play Hero Quest, I'm telling you, that Monk pack felt really worth it. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, Hero Quest Pixie. Tabletop Takeout Night. Oh, this is another old comment. A new comment for an older video. Very cool. I like seeing that. Tabletop Takeout Knights of Camelot by TSR. I think, this is by The Last Raven 6. That's the number 6. The Last Raven 6. I think a good way to describe this game is a board game with light role play elements. I totally agree. Last Raven 6. Lots of events that form and mold your night happen as you play. Like Oath Keepers, doing quests, and so on. Basically making a story as you play, the RP element of it. While you use some basic board game rules to move about and do events, the board game element. Yes, total agreement. See, someone else besides me loves that game. I recall first playing this game with my mom, and at that time, yet to be stepdad. Oh, that's cool. Sounds like things worked out. It was so fun! So in fun, all caps. So fun! Unlike Monopoly and other board games, this was a good one for me to get. I was like 12 at the time. Honestly, if you can settle a kid down, it's a game friendly for all ages. Yeah! Oh, shit, yeah. I would have been playing this game at 8, 10 years old myself. I think a good thing to compare it to is Knight's Tale, without the liar reveal part. I don't know Knight's Tale. Maybe I should get more into it. Check that out. If I like this and you're saying it's kind of like Knight's Tale, maybe I'd like that. But on a side note, I did do I think like 2 or 3. It's been a while. I got to check the numbers. I did 2 or 3. If you remember at the top of the video, if you watched the song, if you saw the beginning or just came in at this point, I'm not sure. But starting in December, I know that's long off, but starting in December, we're going to be doing Pixie Playhouse, where I'm bringing back the miniature movies that I did before Against Darkness. I also did that with Knights of Camelot. I took a Knights of Camelot game and, keeping the rolls so you can see the honesty of it, added miniatures to everything that was happening. It looks great. So I plan on doing that again as well. I pretty much got all the 20-sided warriors hyped to try Knights of Camelot. So I'm hoping to get that done and try to see I've never played a multiplayer game of it. Okay. Star Wars The Outer Rim, Shogun's Stand, as the generation that grew up on original Star Wars, Empire, and Return of the Jedi, do you think that there's too much Star Wars right now? You want to get into this, Shogunstein? You want to get into this, buddy? I know you do. I know you're dying to. Star Wars. Much like you, and early childhood love, and I'm sure like me, it shaped much of your entertainment love. I agree. We can put this in a nutshell right here. I agree with Mark Hamill. I believe his statement about that was not Luke Skywalker I played, that must have been Jake Skywalker. I think that sums up more than just how he felt things went with his character. I think that sums up everything. And I'm just going to leave it there. Thank you, Mark Hamill. What's in the Pixies box? Common. Oh, yeah. This is part of the Big Drop series for Cool Mini or Not. Marvel Zombicide. And man, we have been loving this freaking title. Shogunstein says, I think the various forms and editions of Zombicide are the most common games I see for sale in the used game market out there. I have never played another Zombicide game, so I cannot comment on their worthiness of keeping on shelf. But I will say this. I plan on keeping Marvel Zombies as long as I'm keeping games. There's no way any of the boxes in that collection of mine are ever leaving the ability to be able to throw down on the table for us to play here. Wow. Wow. But also, from what I understand, this is the first one of the Zombicide games where the main core box, there's two, but the main core box, you are playing the zombies this time. Superhero zombies. Apparently in the other Zombicide games, that wasn't an option. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. I'm not going to die on this hill. I'll get the hell off if anyone disagrees with me. But if that's true, maybe that's part of the allure of this one. I mean, Shogun, you say that various forms and editions, but I don't see you saying that this one. I don't see you saying I've seen tons of Marvel Zombies lining the sale, the used game bins. I don't see you saying that one in particular. I think that says a lot. Stephen Gilbert, 8166. Nice to see you back too again, brother. How you been? Says, and there's a lot of O's there. I so nearly backed this as a Kickstarter. But because I have Zombicide Black Plague, plus all the expansions and add-ons, Green Horde to go with it, Zombicide Wild West, Undead or Alive, and Zombicide Invader, and expansions for all of them, I stopped myself at the last minute. Sobs. That's him, not me. Sobs. But I'm massively interested in the Marvel one nevertheless. Steven. We're friends here. As much as two strangers can be on Facebook, right? We're friends here. We have similar interests. You enjoy watching my videos. Thank you very much. You enjoy commenting on them. Thank you even more. You heard what I just said about Marvel Zombies to Shogunstein. There's no way these are ever leaving my collection. Now, I understand the problem of having a hell of a lot of games and not enough time. So maybe the best reason not to get Marvel Zombies is time. But if you think, honestly, that you would be able to make time for this game, do it. I do not enjoy telling people how to spend their money. I don't enjoy trying to manipulate others' wallets. But reading what you said about your obvious love of the rest of the Zombicide series, you got the money to start getting this? Get it. Get it. I'm already feeling bad about missing out on DCeased. I didn't have the money that I had when Marvel Zombies, the board game, dropped. I, at the time, had been specifically banking money to find and wait, not jump at the first thing, find and wait for some massive Kickstarter system that I could back. And this came out. So that's why that happened. I did not have that money. I did not have that financial buffer for DC Ceased. So let that slide. But, I might later on, after it drops and it goes to retail, I may look into getting a couple of the boxes, especially if they do the two-core system. I didn't even look into this. Are they doing the two-core system like they did with one box for zombie heroes and one box for living heroes? If they do that, I might get that independently, separately. And we'll see. We'll see. But come on, Steven. Trey Techie says, I have so many Marvel board games, I'm hesitant to get another one, but after watching this video, Trey, I have 5 shelves of superhero games. And 1, 2, 3 of them are all Marvel. I have 3 full shelves of Marvel games. I can't imagine myself saying I have enough. How do you say it? So many. You didn't say enough. You said so many. There's a big difference there. But come on. I'm not planning on getting every single Marvel game that comes out. I'm not being a completionist about that. But if something looks good, it's on my radar. If something looks freaking awesome, how could I not get that? Did we do a live playthrough of this? I think we did. If we didn't, I'm going to have to make sure we do. But I got to check my live playthroughs. I mean, I drop and film so many videos a day, and I live play 2 a week, at least. It does get a little hard to remember everything. I'll take a look. If I didn't, me and the guys will do it, because we've been loving it. Okay, Slideshow Gaming Cult Express. Shogun C says, great game, but needs a big player count. It does. You're gonna want like 6, I would say, minimum, probably at least. Really stir things up, make things a little bit different, make it worthwhile. Right, Mojo? He's not even listening anymore. Tabletop Takeout, Deadless Sentence, Starship Chiru Studios 7097. Thank you for another great video. A great twist on a classic, getting abducted and escaping from the alien trope. This is a great one. It really is. And it has not lately hit the table as much as it should, because it's so fun. And I know Ryan has been trying, not trying, even trying. He's been wanting to try to play it in the I don't know what it's called. It's been so long I forgot it. But the prison overlord role, where you're not playing against the game's AI drawing the cards. Somebody is actually running the prison, the guards, the spinning of the place, and he really wants to do that. And it's a fun game. It's been too long since it hit the table, man. But it's just it's the same problem you always have. Every problem you have in regular tabletop gaming, or especially RPG gaming, about getting people together, it just gets worse and worse the older we get, doesn't it? And without a good number of people, you can't always play all the games you want to run. But we want to get that back. We do. And also, you also made a mention there, Starship, on Empire's Galactic Rebellion, both of which are by the same company. What was that, Griffin Eagle, I think it is? It says, thank you for another fun video. Sounds more akin to Star Wars episodes 1 through 3 rather than the trilogies. It definitely does. It is, if you want to play Star Wars without playing Star Wars, really your only choice is Empire's Galactic Rebellion. Because during the course of the game, you're going to be doing stuff diplomatically with the Senate. You're going to be having spies out on other planets. You'll be having troops out on other planets. You're going to be amassing your power. But meanwhile, during the 3 eras that the game plays over, the Dark Empire dudes, the AI, the game, they're just waiting. And at the end of that 3rd era, they just attack. They've seen you all attempt to gain enough power and they're here to put it down. And they start by attacking the most powerful player and work their way down. But like the Empire, I mean, yeah, it does. It sounds, because it is. They wrote it to be a Star Wars without legally being Star Wars kind of game, and it has a very deep feel to it. I'm sorry that it didn't get bigger press, that more people weren't aware of this game when it came out and haven't played it. It's deserving to be played. It's a big game. It'll take you all day, though. You're talking a 3, 4, 5 hour game right here. With more players, maybe 6 to 8 hours. It can be huge, but it was so much worth it. Watching the Pixies box on Comic Games, Shogun Scene said, for a second I thought it was a Jewel of the Nile board game. Romancing the Stone was a classic. Those were fun movies. They definitely were. That's what you thought that was. No, it's more like Brandon Fraser's Mummy with steampunk elements. And we have played through a couple of games of it already, and I'm dying to get it on camera. It played very easily. And I'm going to start from the beginning, because the very first quest, when you're doing the quest mode, the very first quest in the game, you don't even really read the rule book. You read the setup, and then the rest of that number 0 adventure, the introductory, the adventure book reads you through the rules step by step as they happen in the game. Smooth as hell. Me and Ron it was so easy. It was so easy. So I can't wait to get that to the board. Tabletop Takeout also, Shogun Steen said about Bigfoot versus Yeti. He said it's like making a game from In Search Of. Yes, it is. It is very good. The creator of the game did that very tongue-in-cheek. Nick and Diane Sawyer. And I had a lot of fun playing it. Tom Vula loved the game. We met them when me and Tom were at Lunicon. And I was pretty insistent on getting a copy of Looting Atlantis. And Tom was all over the Bigfoot Yeti game. And the Conspiracy game. It's kind of like a sequel to Conspiracy, a game they came out with previously the year before, but with some differences. I mean, they're not compatible, but yeah, both games are very fun. Tom loved the hell out of that. And yeah, this has already gotten us into June. So that was all the comments. That was a lot of fun, and been a lot of fun getting ahead of schedule. I'm so glad that we're just approaching a full 4 months ahead of schedule, which is half a month more than I wanted to, which is going to give us time to work on the Pixie Playhouse videos. So we have a few of those, and they're going to start airing in December. But you'll be hearing about that again. All right, everyone, thank you for joining me for this Midday Monologue viewer comments and AMA. I hope everyone has a great day and a better tomorrow. I'm your buddy Big John at G, but Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming, and I am out of here.